Hey guys. Hey absent. Hey queen. Forever blessed. Yvonne. I'm a mess right now, guys. Hey Jennifer. Rebecca. Crystal. It's nice. It's decent right now. I'm in the shade. I debated for a minute to even come on. But I don't want to like worry anybody, so like I don't want anybody to like worry about me. So, but I feel like I could talk to you guys. Like I don't want my family to worry about me. Yeah. A second ago I was feeling so sick to my stomach. Because I really don't know what to do. Hey Sarah. I'm okay. I'm alright. I think I just need to cry and talk to my people. I know you guys are. I know. That's why I figured that I was just gonna come outside and be away from anybody because nobody knows like what I'm feeling. But you guys have been through it all, so you know, I'm anxious right now. I'm really anxious. I'm alright. I'm okay. I'm okay. My mental and my heart is not okay. So, um, I'm just going through it because I had a conversation. It's about my son. I had a conversation, and I'm like, I'm, I'm like angry, sad, emotional, um, because I found out my son Tony, um, he's doing okay. Like as far as I know, he's okay. But I'm angry because I found out that my friend and I really am like on the edge of even like contacting her right now, and I know that I probably shouldn't right now. But the my friend that it's just so scary. My friend that had eyes on my son would tell me, that my son needed to go talk to a therapist or he needed medication because he seemed like he was really manic all the time. But she failed to tell me that my son told her that he wanted to kill himself. So I had a conversation with him today, just a text message, because she texted me Tony's bipolar and severely ADHD. No medication. Okay, you guys, a lot of you guys know that already, okay? But, I mean, when your friend fails to fucking tell you that your son told her that he wanted to kill himself, and you did not tell his mother, there's a problem. And I'm sick to my stomach that she wouldn't tell me. And I was 2 seconds away from messaging her. But at the same time, she let my son stay there with, it was a, she takes a lot of kids in, and she took this girl in who is her friend's daughter. And my son said if it wasn't for her, he wouldn't have been there. I don't understand my son's mental. I don't know how to help him. Thank you. He's okay right now, but like she messaged me and she said, tell Tony that he has clothes here. And so I messaged my son, and he hasn't been over there for a couple of weeks now because he's staying at a hotel because he's doing better. He did tell me that he was at a really low point, but he didn't tell me that. It's funny though, like they would tell me that my son is not mentally right, and that he needs to talk to a therapist, right? So I advise them the next time he goes there to call 211, because at that point my son wasn't talking to me for no apparent reason, just because he was afraid to have a conversation. I don't know what goes on in his mind. So he wouldn't come and talk to me or his father. The only way I knew if he was okay was through her, because he was staying with that girl at his house. But like, it's funny that she would call me or let me know, he needed this, that, the other thing, like he needed to see a therapist, but you're not gonna. So I tell them to call 211 next time he goes there if he's not mentally right, because I can't help him. He's not gonna let me help him, They proceeded to tell him that I told them to call 211 because I wanted to have him put away. They put me against my son. Like, that's not what I said. I told them if he doesn't seem mentally right, to call 211 and they would come out and have a conversation with him. At no point in time did I ever say that I was going to have my son put away, because you can't have a conversation with these people unless you're willing to have a conversation. So Section 35, the judge will make your family go to a program or hospital and get medication. He's 21. He's 21. He's not a child. He says, I said, why would you go over there? Like, if she was that way, because he complains. Now, of course, he's complaining because he's not there anymore. And here I am, I know my friend helped him as much as she could by giving him a place to go, feeding him when he had nothing. Now he does. He's back working and he's staying at, he's living in a hotel and he feels good. But to keep that, like to tell him that his mother is trying to put him away, and then not to tell me that he had told you that he was going to kill himself, and then she kicked him out. He said, Ma, I told her that I was going to kill myself, or that I wanted to kill myself. basically he was talking to her about his mental status. And my friend had just had her boyfriend move in. So she wanted her boyfriend who don't even want her, blah blah blah. He's talking a lot of shit about her now. He said, Tony said, when I would come in the house and I would feel happy, she would make me feel stupid. I guess she must have told him that she thought he had Asperger's disease. Like, are you kidding me? I just don't know how to help my son, guys. I just don't know how to help him. And he's not on drugs. Like, he's not on drugs. He said, Ma, I go through this cycle and it's like I have to get really low in order to get out of it. He said that he's tired. And I said, well, then you need to, if you're tired of it, you need to go talk to somebody. And he said no. So he won't. He won't. But I'm so afraid that what if there's a time? So wait, he said, it's okay right now, but I can't do what you're going through. Mask. She's on medication. No, he's not. He was die. Four Winds Mental Hospital. A couple years ago with rapid cycle bipolar and depression. And he was diagnosed with severe ADHD when he was about 16. He's okay right now. I told him, I said, Tony, because he was getting all upset. Yeah, that's where he was. He was at Four Winds. He was getting all upset because I asked, it like triggered something, you know? Like he couldn't stop talking about it. He was telling me all these things I had no idea about. And I told him, I said, you never had to be there. With somebody else. Telling somebody else's mother. She doesn't care. You're not her child. He said, I'm sorry, Ma. And I said, you gotta stop running. And then he said, it was all in text. But me mentioning the clothes be needing to be picked up triggered in his mind. And then I felt bad. I felt like, damn, did I fuck up his day? Like, because I know how he is. So I told him, I was like, Tony, that was a chapter of your life. That's only one chapter of your life. You have a whole book to write. But mental health is so fucking real. He won't see a therapist right now. I always tell him, you know, if he needs me, I'm here. I've always been here. I know I hate crying. I guess sometimes it's okay, you know, to get it out. You hold it in. As mothers, we hold it in. He's been. been suicidal. And I said, when he said that, these things that, like a cycle, and I said, why do you always run? I said, you need to stop running. He says, his mind hears like, in his brain, he hears like so many different things, and he doesn't know what to do. Like his brain is telling him to do all these things. Like Tony has never been good with emotion, like how to deal with emotion. And he says so he just runs. He's been on medication. He didn't say voices. He said his thoughts. He has so many thoughts. He didn't say voices. If he said voices, he knows. And it's like jumbled, you know? No, no voices. That not that I know of. He hears a lot of thoughts, his own thoughts. I used to get like that, where um my own thoughts sounded so loud and they didn't even make any sense. But it was my voice, my thoughts. That used to freak the shit out of me. He used to be on medication, and um, I think he was on for a while when he came out of Four Winds, and he was just totally different. And he stopped taking them because he was afraid they were supposed to check his blood. It was a psychotic med. Of course, you know they like to put you on a whole bunch of shit. Um, but I just don't know what to do. Yeah, Tuppy. Yeah, Crystal. That is how he gets. He just runs. He can't take it. Like he can't take his own emotion. He doesn't know how to voice his own emotion. He just starts getting crazy. Queen, thank you, babe. Ah, you're gonna have to rewind, Walker. I just went through a whole. Look, I got teardrops on my fucking glasses. I needed to let that out. Oh, God. At least now I feel like because I talked about it with somebody that I'm not so angry because I for real wanted to fucking call her and tell her, like, bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, how dare you? And I still am going to say something. Like, how do you not tell your fucking friend that shit? Yeah, Walker, my son had told me, and that hurt him. That really hurt him when he told her that, and she it was like she didn't give a fuck, like she kicked him out. To do a mental health treatment facility. Um, no, because he had a really bad experience. Back in the day when he went to Four Winds, I had to take him to the hospital, and he was like, I don't even know, like he had a mental break or something. And I took him to the hospital, and he was like a little baby, waiting in the room. Like I couldn't leave him. Like, no, mommy, no, no. It was so heartbreaking. And so they put him into the psych. I think he stayed there for like 2 weeks. And they put him on medication. That's when they diagnosed him. Um, And when he came out, he didn't like the medication, and he stopped taking it. And he did have a therapist, but then after he stopped taking the medication, he stopped seeing it there. It's so hard with him. I made him an appointment to go to a psychiatrist, and we were supposed to go, and that's when he left the house. Yeah, outpatient care. Yeah, if I can freaking get him there. He won't. I made him an appointment. I made it to him. I made it for him. He asked me to because he said, "Ma, I think sometimes," he said, "Ma, sometimes I think that I need to go back to that place." And I said, "Tony, you give me the word. If you need to, you just let me know, baby, and I will call." Because I believe he can go back there. And I think for people like my son, nah, I don't think he could go back there because it's for kids. I think Four Winds is for kids, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was 20. Damn. No, maybe they do have an adult side. I don't know. But it's like I would never want to be like, hey, son, if he's doing good, I need him to, and they really feel like they could probably get themselves out of it by themselves. Better and comfortable with you by his side. I tried. I tried to be. He was doing so good. He was doing so good here, guys. He was working. He had the car. He's doing good now. He's doing good. Right now, he's doing okay. He's good. He lost his whole wallet in this whole process because when he left, he was gone for like 3 months, and like he was on a downward spiral. I guess the whole 3 months he was down. He won't. Tony doesn't like to feel stuck. He doesn't like to sit still. He doesn't like to feel stuck anywhere. He needs to be mobile. Going on a vacation wouldn't be good for him. He wouldn't want to go. But he did say he was going to come over here today, but I don't know if he is. Because when he had said about having all these thoughts in his mind and he doesn't know what to do with them, and he just like bugs out, his father, his kilo, said, I told my son, I said, well, Daddy said he gets like that for a minute. But he's not that type. Like he'll get up and he'll get out. Um, that he likes to be on the go. I want to go upstairs and make a cigarette, but I don't want to take you guys up there with me because then you're gonna know. Gonna know. I'd rather be at my house than anywhere else. Yeah, me too. Sometimes I'm trying to get in the hammock without without dying. No. Okay. Is it still buffering right now? Oh yes. Forever blessed. Yes. The breakup did trigger it. It definitely did. After he broke up with his girlfriend, he broke up with her. He was done with her. She wasn't helping. He was taking care of her for 3 years. He was working. He had his apartment, and he just got tired of it. And didn't want her there, and I had told him, you say the word son and gone. So he told me that. So that's what happened, and she put him through a lot. Guys, she put him through so much. After he left her, she started rumors. She did a lot, and he was still working. My poor son though, like he had Defkin car broke down on him. Like the whole time he was working, something was always happening with the car. So then we let him use our car, and then all of a sudden our car, something started happening with our car, because the yellow car is junky. So, but he was still like, he was still do what he had to do. He was working. He was making good money, and then he broke up with her, and he started going out more. He started partying more. A breakup, and I feel so bad because they seem like a good couple. No, one, my son is a lot. He's a lot. Okay. Whoever is going to be stand by my son is going to have to be a very strong woman, mentally strong. Um, but they were young. That's going to be his first love probably. Um, Mind you, she did get pregnant back in the day. She did, and I can't even see his life with a baby. Neither could he. It scared the shit out of him. But yeah, after that, then he quit his job soon after that. Those people on this ship need to pit 50-50. Yep. And she did it. And he couldn't do it anymore. He could, yeah. He did find somebody else. But it wasn't any better. His mindset wasn't right. But he doesn't like to be alone either. He never likes to be alone. Like, alone with himself. I don't think he likes silence. Like to be alone with his own thoughts. When they get older, it's like you can't, there's nothing you can do. It's so hard. As far as that, as far as my friend, no, she's not pregnant. This was a long time ago. Mm-mm. No, she got an abortion. Yep. He knows he can always come back home. He always knew he can come back home. That was the thing. It was like, because of the way he left, he was like ashamed to come back. Because if you know the story, Tony left because we told him his room was a mess, and he lied and was saying that he was cleaning his room, but he wasn't. Um, and I think she probably had her own struggles. I bet you she did, Maria. Um, so he left for that reason. He just went. He was just on a spiral. Like he left, and he decided like he was just gonna stay partying until he had nothing left. Nothing left. And so when I took him to Walmart to get that phone, he was already working. He had already gotten his own. He already got the hotel on his own. He did it all on his own. He paid for the hotel. He he came over to get his computer, and then he asked me, "Ma, can you take me to the store to get a phone?" And so he had the money for a phone. So we got his phone, and we got in the car, and he was like, "Now everybody could stop saying I don't have nothing." And I said, "Tony, you always had something. You always had it all. You never needed anybody." He really didn't. He never needed nobody. He had it all. He had $1,500 saved. And so that day, finally, we gave him his $1,500. It was always here. All he had to do was come and get it. In the meantime, guys, he fucking was living like he was homeless. That's what he was doing. He was sleeping outside. He was staying at my friend's house, didn't have no food, nothing. He has a food stamp card. He wouldn't even come here for the food stamp card. It was like he was so afraid of the conversation that he wouldn't come, but for no reason. Like he wouldn't even say anything. He would just tell everybody, "No, I don't want to go home. It makes me too anxious to basically to face us." It made him too anxious. And then forget it. The- then he was saying he was telling that girl, "Hey, Miss True." He was telling that girl that he thought that I was gonna kidnap him. All of a sudden, I became like he was paranoid. Like I became the enemy. Me. Me. I was like, oh, his mind is not right. But then finally, his father saw him walking, picked him up. At that time, he had already had the hotel, and that's when Kilo talked to him. And then ever since that day, and I knew it. I knew that if he saw us, it would be all fine. But he would not allow himself to see us. Hey, Mr. J. Hold on, quick. I'm sorry, but I think that's what I'm feeling like. That's how I feel. 'Cause for real, how could she leave that part out? How could she leave that part out? She told me all these other things. She would tell me him and the girl aren't getting along. Um, she would tell me that he seems like he's always manic. Oh, he's gonna talk to a therapist. He's gonna talk to my therapist. Blah blah blah. Right? Okay, that's great. But when the fuck were you gonna tell me that my son admitted to you that he was gonna take his life, or he wanted to take his life? Because wanting to is enough. Like I would have been there. You do not know how sick I was feeling before I jumped on here. I was so angry and so hurt. I felt like I wanted to fucking throw up. He would just turn on me and my family and get paranoid. He didn't leave because he was paranoid. He did not leave because he was paranoid. He was already gone. Um, After he quit his job, it was like we saw him only once a week. He was out partying. He was sleeping over his friend's house. He was doing whatever he does. He was just chilling. He was just living his best life. Not a care in the world. No job. He still had a paycheck. For the next 2 weeks, everything was whatever. And then he came and he's like, okay, I'll be back probably like next Thursday. Like, wait, what? Are you still looking for another job? Because you need another job. And then we told him, then I said, Tony, you lied to me. You said you was cleaning that room. You never cleaned it. And you know what he said? He said, you cleaned it. Now it's yours. And then he wasn't going to come back. So hard. hmm So fucking stubborn, too. My mouth is dry. The man is out on his deck, probably. I don't know if he can hear me or not. I hope not. I have to rewind my food almost. Tanya, you know everything. You already know everything. Maybe you don't. No, you didn't know this. Um, Usually I would call you, but you got enough. So I was like, let me just get on. And honestly, I didn't feel like I wanted to talk and I didn't want to talk. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to just scream and cry and yell at somebody, but I didn't want Kilo. I don't want to tell my mom because my mom will freak out. My mother will freak out, and I don't want to jump because Tony's okay right now. And he ain't gonna go nowhere right now. If he's okay mentally and he's in a good place, he's not gonna fucking even think about going anywhere. Um, I didn't want to tell Kilo because I don't want to upset him. I don't want him to think I'm upset. I could always get through it. I could always push through. He's at my son, Walker, he lives at a hotel now. Yep. He pays $300 a week. That's $1,200 a month. But he's making it's not gonna last forever. But he has his own space and he feels good. He feels good because he doesn't not have anything. He's not living at somebody's house. He doesn't need to, he doesn't need food. He got his own food, even though he lost his whole wallet. He got cut off his food stamps. Um, I know everybody's going through something. Everybody. Just when you think you had it bad, just when you think you have it. That's why I'm like, damn, I don't even want to talk about this shit. Like, I needed to talk though. I needed to talk to people that cared, like people that would hear me, like instead of me going and contacting that girl. And Anchor, you already said like what about the whole therapy thing when the chick said that, but and mind you, she got her own issues right now. Her whole life is a mess right now. So at a certain point, I'm thankful. I am thankful for what she did because if it wasn't for her, like letting my son stay there, even though she was only letting him stay there because the girl was there and she was using the girl to clean her house. And basically, the girl basically said, "Well, if Tony can't stay with me, then I can't clean your house." So it was like whatever. And to a certain extent, she understood my son, and she was trying to help him. She did tell me that she kept telling him to go home, go home. Um, I'm telling you, adult kids are worse. Bro, you guys think you got it hard now with babies. I wish my kids were babies. Mm. I think when Tony said that, it scared the mom that something bad would happen in her house because she must not understand mental health. She does understand mental health. She has a child right now in the psych ward. She does. She does. She's bipolar and uh she has depression. She takes medicine. She tried to get Tony to talk to her therapist. But you telling me that you trying to get my son to talk to your therapist is not the same thing as telling me that my son admitted to you that he was going to take his life or he wanted to take his life. That is not the same fucking thing. Because if she would have told me that, like, because there was times that she would say, Tony's going to be here. You should stop by. And I'm like, I'm not going to put, at that point, her telling me that was not like her telling me you should come here. She was just trying to like set it up or something. And I'm like, I'm not gonna go anywhere where I'm gonna get there and my son's gonna leave because I make him anxious. I'm not gonna do that to my baby. Let him be there. Let him eat. Let him sleep there. He don't want to come home. That's okay as long as he's safe. And to me, he was, but I guess he really wasn't. And nobody fucking told me. But he's okay. He's okay now. Thank God he pulled through again. Yeah, she really should have said something. That's fuck. I would have lost my shit that your son. Um, Anchor, I'm telling you, if I didn't jump on here, I was going to get out of character for a good reason. But at the same time, she fed my son. She gave him a place to sleep. I'm angry because she left that fucking very important part out. But at the time, like I'm finding this out now. Of course I'm finding this out now. And I'm like, well, if she was that bad, Tony, if shit was that bad, why the fuck you kept going there? Why didn't you come home? Like I want to be mad at my son. I have a lot to say to my son, but when you have that sensitive child and you feel like Good girl.
What you doing?
Talking to my people.
About what?
Nunya.
Ah! Alright, bye-bye.
Bye, love you. She's in the window. Um, I forgot what I was saying. It's also hard as a young adult. We are stuck in there. Yeah. You know, she don't know nothing. Guys, she don't know. She doesn't know anything. I came downstairs, so I didn't like freak anybody out. All of a sudden, my eyes just started like. This whole conversation with my son happened earlier. I went through this whole day, like putting in the back of my mind. You know, we do that, we do that, we could do that. Some of us can do that, some of us can't. I can. I'm good at that shit. Hi.
Hi.
What you doing?
Nothing. You're cute.
You're cuter.
You look pretty.
You look handsome.
Alright, leave you alone. Let you talk to your people. We'll let you talk to your friends.
Hello.
Hold on, hold on, say hi.
Hi, guys. Glad you're keeping her some company.
Are you live?
Yeah.
Hi.
You really went live?
Yeah, I did.
You're silly.
In the
Hi,
backyard.
guys.
Oh, no, I'm really not silly. I was really smart, Kilo.
I'm drinking soda.
Oh, Kilo. Thank you, Anne Marie. Babe. Kilo. I fucking love you. See, that's why I love y'all. That's why I fucking love y'all. Can you throw me down a bottle of wine too?
Huh?
Can you make me a cigarette?
Yeah.
I fucking love you. You know who? You know who told me to tell you that?
Who?
Anne Marie.
Anne Marie.
Shout out
Told
to
you to get her.
you. Nothing. Nothing.
Why do you need a cigarette?
Cause I just want to smoke. I'm a smoker. I should be a quitter,
Yeah, you should.
but I'm not no quitter. I ain't no quitter. uh, well, guys, I feel so much better. Even though I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. Nope. Not a goddamn thing. I'm still laughing. What?
You should set the camera up and try to play on that swing.
Try to try to lay on it?
Play on it.
Play on it?
Yeah, play on it. Play. No. At the swing.
I was just on it.
The swing.
Oh, the real swing. Oh.
You should try to do the wrecking ball.
Bro, where's my cigarette?
She's making it.
It's nice to have supporters on your side that understand. Oh my, yes, it really is. It is. Is he gonna throw it or he's gonna bring it down?
I don't know.
Let me find out. Let me find out. He's gonna give me a glass of wine. Let me find out, bro.
Are you ready?
Oh my God, I just got in. Okay, hold on. Hold on, babe. Hold on, guys. No, just come with me. It took you that long to roll that?
Yeah, because it wouldn't work at first.
Throw it over here.
So close.
Got it. Dang, it's tight. That's what she said. Thanks. he didn't give me the wine. I don't think he heard me. He would have though. He would have. What's this guy smoking a cigar? He's smoking something. He's smoking away on here. It probably is laggy over here. Oh, maybe. Is it better now? Is it better now? I don't even know. Am I connected? I'm connected to my Wi-Fi. I could. He's smoking a cigar. I smell it. Hold on. Tell me, is it better now? I mean, I should get Wi-Fi. I'm just right here. I'm good now. Better now. We were spinning earlier. Sorry. I don't want you to see the background because then you'll get dizzy. It was when you was walking around. Okay. My lips are so dry. I really need some water or something. Yeah, unfortunately though, me talking about it, that's why I like didn't even want to talk about it because it's like it made me feel better, but it didn't change anything. It's just so scary. One day, even if he just talks to somebody, but he's a kid, you know what I mean? Like he's only 21, so it's like he's not gonna want to take time out of his day to talk to a therapist like us adults do. But I just have to explain to him like, do you want to keep feeling like this? Like if he could just get on like not a psychotic med, but like a mood stabilizer, maybe that would even work, or like an anxiety med. Oh, okay. So he did say thank you, Jeffrey. Yeah, you're right. Um, he did say that he gets the fight or flight feeling, and that's when he just runs. He just runs. He'll just go. Like him and his girl got into an argument in the car, and she was driving. It was her car, and he fucking the car came to a stop. He ran. He got out the car and started running. That's what he does. Either that or he fights, and he wasn't gonna fight because it was his girl, which is not his girl now. But he knows. He knows. My neighbors are outside. I'm grown and don't want to talk to someone, even though I do. I do the same thing. I run and don't say nothing. Yeah. Either that or he spazzes out. And when he spazzes out, he really looks like he's going crazy. Hey, Des. Whoever's coming in on this live now is going to be totally lost. But if you rewind after the live is done, you'll know what I'm talking about. And if you have any advice, just leave it. I don't want to take any pills or go to the doctor, so I understand. Me too. And I mean, I've been living with anxiety severe anxiety for, but I think now I have it under control because I don't put myself through any kind of anxiety. Um, uh, what is the word I'm trying to think about? I don't put myself in situations where I can be caused anxiety unless I have to. Like, if I have to do something, I just got to do it. And I have to just tell myself, like, I'm going to be okay. Maybe she get. Nah, I think they were fighting about something, arguing about something. And he probably just started feeling like any kind of emotion. Like, he really doesn't. He just, if you're bipolar, you just don't have a middle. And he doesn't have a middle. Either he's going to spaz out or he's going to get angry. Like, no. He's either really high or really low. So either he's going to be like crazy and start screaming, or he's just going to run. And I think that's what happened. It can be scary to open up to a third party. Also, sometimes you go through many doctors to find the right one. Yeah. Well, first step is to try to get him to go to the doctor that I was going to go with him the last time, and it took us a while to get in. And he was supposed to go, but he had run away and he never went. And I called him and I even told my friend, can you remind Tony that his therapist, his psychiatric doctor, the first initial doctor was supposed to see him, and he told her to tell me that this was before, when he wasn't talking to us. He told her to tell me that it wasn't today, but I knew it was today. So henceforth, he never went. He never freaking went. And mind you, through this whole thing, he broke his foot. He broke his fucking foot. Never went and got a cast for it either. He broke it, went to the hospital. They said it was broken. They put the thing on it. He never went to get a cast put on it. I guess it broke, but it went back into the place where it was supposed to go. Thank God. But then he had went somewhere, and I think he re-broke it. He fell down the fucking hill. He was walking down the hill and he lost his step and he re-broke it. Yep. So, and I don't know if you guys remember, but I was crying because I saw him. We weren't talking. I hadn't spoken to him, and I saw him with Laylo, and Laylo went and stopped the car, and I swore it couldn't have been him, because how could he walk on it when it's broken? When it really was him? Yeah, he's gonna have issues. I told him that. I know. It can't heal correctly. I was talking too much. My cigarette went out. I didn't even think these cigarettes could go out. What did I do with it? There it goes. Hold on. Close your eyes so I don't spin you around. Hold on, guys. Stay right there. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to get off. I don't know if maybe we'll get back on later. But I appreciate you all. Um, I'll keep you guys updated. I'll let you know what happened. But coming on here really stopped me from doing something crazy. Okay? Yeah. Because I was feeling kind of crazy for a second there. Like emotionally, physically, like when you feel like you want to throw the fuck up because you're so angry, like that's when you know your mental is not right. Because if your stomach hurts and your mind, and you want to cry and you want to scream and you want to throw up at the same time, there's an issue there. So I appreciate you guys for listening to me and watching me cry and being there, like always. All right, so I'm gonna get off. I'll keep you updated. I might get on again later. Might grab me some wine, finish cleaning my kitchen, and maybe I'll get on later. But if not, just know I love you guys. And I guess stay tuned for the next video, I guess, if I don't see you later. All right, thank you.